What's up, everyone on YouTube and Twitch? We're gonna jump right into a massive team game that I played a few weeks back, probably about a week and a half ago actually. It's a pretty good game. I really liked this one, even though I didn't perform all that well. But we're gonna dive into it. Go ahead and introduce the players. Myself, I am in the red, playing the Vietnamese, teamed with Hitch as the Goth player in yellow. When we have Knight Noble 24 as the Slavs in the purple, and we have a Weasel as the Mongols in the orange. And then on the other team we have the gray player here, Demolog, not, cannot talk, Demilongi. We also have in the Mayans cyan color, Red Blood. Then we have Simon 845 in the Franks in green, and we have Pablo in the blue, also playing as the Mayans. So we have two Mayan civilizations. Very interesting teams. Two Mayans on one team with Saracens and Franks with Goth, Vietnamese, Slavs, and Mongols on the other side. So far everything is looking pretty standard here. Bringing in resources. I'm not sure that Hitch has found his collectibles, huntables. There, he's gonna find them right here. Didn't realize he had not found them yet there, but there they go. Nine Noble getting at his lumber camp. Everybody looking to do about 6 on food and 3 on wood. Or getting there anyways. So this one does go rather long, and there's not much to talk about in the Dark Age, so we're just gonna fast forward on through real quick. Walls already starting to come up with houses on this end. Hitch doing the same thing over here with his building placements. Noble in the Slavs, purple, he's not doing that quite yet. And Weasel's kinda walling himself in a little bit here. On the other side, got the starting of walls to come up, second boar coming in right there. Very nice. And on this side, it looks like probably already consumed his boar, and players are on their way up now. Hitch is definitely walling up heavily. It looks like everyone's actually going to start to wall up heavily, as everyone is advancing towards the Dark Age now. And we've got the walls almost complete on this side. And looks like team walls are going to come together here as well. Mayan player actually in the pocket built an archery range in his ally's base, looking to get some forward production buildings out rather than try to defend in his own. Green is also sitting over here almost fully walled as well, and yep, there comes the rest of the team walls there as Juicy and Hitch are walling together. Weasel is going scouts on this end. Oh, he's going very heavy in scouts. 6 scouts on their way out. He's also getting attacked by an eagle back here as the archers start to come out on this side, and these scouts are headed out to do some damage. Walls are almost completely up over here. Blues walls, he's getting them in as well. We're gonna have 4 archery ranges at one spot in the map right here, as the scouts are going to find palisade wall from Weasel. Yeah, 6 scouts. He's gonna get through there pretty quickly unless we have a building or a repair. And you see he's gonna come over and he's gonna put a house down. But it can still get through there. Yep, not a good house placement. Weasel is in. Do have one Frank scout on his way over to help. Not pressuring very well with these units, but he is getting the job done. And then on this side we have a bunch of buildings coming up in the front. Archers being produced here. Scouts are going to go ahead and get a Vil kill. They did pick off a scout from green as well. And we've got some quick walls coming out for... Oh, but he never quick walled the mill, so those villagers will be idled or even lost if the gray player does not react. At the same time, though, we have archers and eagles over here pressuring Weasel as well. And after getting a few Vil kills here, these scouts are going to be running around. Looks like they're going to be trapped in here. Spears, archers here taking care of things. And then on this side, oh, Knight Noble came over, and actually he's gonna clean this up, it looks like. Very well played. So they are safe on that side there. This side over here, buildings coming up in the front as well. Hitch, well, he's still walling. Hasn't finished his wall. Gonna go ahead and wall himself completely in, as it looks like he is going to try to go into boom as much as possible. Alright, and on this side, looks like everything's boomed up. This side is cleaned up over here. The scouts did end up going down, but the damage was done. Knight and Weasel both going scouts fairly heavily at this point. Not bad at all, though. But we do have a pretty massive number of archers here coming forward. And there's 30 HP Palisade right there. On this side, we're going to see stone walls as Juicy tries to go ahead and take advantage of his free boom over there right now. And hopefully he can do something with that. All the while, we've got these archers breaking in. The scouts for both players are coming back. The communication has been very good for them. Weasel is pulling back units over here. Oh, Grace hits under the town center, loses 2 archers. His scouts will clear that up, no problem. Villagers are fleeing. That is 8 archers over here. 1 villager is going to go down for Weasel. Looks like it might be 2, 3 maybe. And he's fighting the scouts. Here come even more scouts in, looking very good as well. And yeah, they're probably gonna clean that up here. Maybe not this time, but should be able to get a few more scouts in here as well. More archers are amassing up though for the Mayan player over here. And on this side over here, the stone walls are coming up in the north. A few archers and a skirmisher are sitting there knocking on doors. Another villager will go down here, and potentially a few more if Weasel doesn't get those to safety, and he's not even going to call them back, unfortunately, so he is going to get quite a bit of eco damage there, which is quite unfortunate at this time. Stone Gate comes in, another archery range, more units coming out over here, going to stone on this side as well. Over here we still have Gray trying to get into Weasel's base some more. We have another wall in the middle here for Weasel. He's trying to make it very hard to get in his base. A skirmisher comes out, as well as a few more units coming out here to try to take care of these archers. This is a pretty good number of archers though compared to everything that's here. And Weasel is going to lose another Vil. Yeah, at least one more. And then we have even more pressure coming in from this side as well. Weasel's in the chat on Twitch here as well as Exodus. Hello, gentlemen. And Weasel, you should remember this. I was telling you about it last night that we were going to be casting this one. Everyone's up to castle on Juicy, Hitch, Noble, all up to castle. Weasel is obviously dealing with a ton of pressure over here. so he's not up just yet. It's like they are finally going to clean this up with the help of some noble knights. And still losing vills, unfortunately, but this is an insane amount of pressure. He's fighting against 2 players. Knight nobles helped out a little bit, but now he's able to get over here with these knights. They will clean this up with the knights and the skirmishers before too long. Green is Frank's 3 TC boom over here. Expect to see knights coming up for him as well. Still going to see a lot of archer production from the Mayan player and the Saracen player on this side. And then we have Gray sneaking around here with a few archers of his own after these gets cleared up over here. We do have a tower foundation down here, but we also have Juicy sent over a few archers to try to assist on this side. But right now it's very on TC all in push from Red Bod, and he is getting up to castle and getting his crossbow upgrade in. Hitch all the while booming. Trade carts are rolling already for this team over here. Knight Noble is on 2 TC Slav farm. It's doing its job. Things are going to get very interesting in this one here very soon. Knight Noble, well, he's sitting on 10 knights. Got some skirmishers over here and some scouts. Seeing the crossbows right here. Yep, and Weasel's communicating again, calling it out, doing an excellent job of that. On this side over here, we're starting to see numbers amass on both sides, as Juicy is going to move his units forward, but not do too much with them at the moment. And we have a stone wall from Weasel, which is nice. That really secures that area there, but his house is only at 320 HP. But we have all these units coming forward, and Knight Noble is just going to run past all of them and try to get over here to assist with this, which does make quite a bit of sense. All those crossbows in that there, it's going to be a very tough fight, but Knight Noble should win that, no problem. Weasel's going to send some skirms over there to assist as well. So they'll have this force cleaned up, and they'll have quite a decent military force on this side to push with. Actually, he's just patrolling those, but nonetheless, those knights will get the job done. Starting to see spears come out for the Saracen player, who is also playing a 1TC all-in push right now. So we have 2 players on one team going 1TC all-in, which is very interesting altogether. All the while, we've got stone walls almost completed up here on that entire side. We have a decent army coming forward over here from Pablo, a mangonel, and a bunch of eagles, a few spears. But we do have quite a few crossbows over here as well. Mangonel could spoil that one though. Oh no. Oh, he misses with the mangonel shot. So we're going to see some action up here as Knight Noble and Weasel are just kind of trying to attack over here, starting to force things out that way. And Juicy's retreating behind the walls at the moment, not even going to try to take that one out. The Stone Siege Workshop will come up as well. And we got a very favorable fight over here with a bunch of scouts and a few knights against some crossbows over here. It's not bad at all. All the while, right now, not seeing a whole lot from the Frank player, who is still booming, now up to 4 town centers. He is also running away with the villager lead at 87 at this point in the game, same as Hitch, who is also booming, although he's only on 3 TCs it looks like, and he's getting his castle up, and he's on, 66 villagers? Saracen player brought out some camels to assist with the crossbows over here, which is a pretty good move on his part. Weasel is on his way to castle finally. After all that pressure, he did a really good job to hold with the help of Knight Noble over here as well. But on this side now, we've got a lot of pressure coming forward. We've got a breach into the walls. We've got a whole bunch of units right here. Crossbows are going to push them back. A castle on that hill, though, will be really good. Juicy has his own castle coming in here as well. And a knight comes out to try to snipe the mangonel. He will almost do so. It's a very good attempt, but not quite going to get it. Oh, that was almost a big shot right there as well. And on this side, we have a bunch of camels and skirmishers fighting on this side. That is not going to stay up for very long. Not good at all. On this side over here, we still have a good bit of pressure coming up. More siege workshop coming up with crossbows as well. But on this side is where the real push is starting to begin. We have feudal age skirmishers here, which aren't going to do anything against the camels. Few crossbows there from Juicy, not going to do anything either, just going to go down. The skirms are going to do pretty decently against the crossbows. The knights are moving in to intercept. They're going to try to fight defensively under the TC fire as well, hopefully. Whoa, Thruckman, hey, how are you doing, man? Welcome to the chat. Just casting one of our games here. And we're getting some upgrades coming in. Weasel's up to castle, can finally get Imperial Skirm. We also have Hitch showing up over here with some pikemen of his own, which will do a very nice job on this side. So right now it's a 3v1 with very little from Hitch right now, but he has barracks and is Goth and has had time to boom. And those units are pushing forward over here as the major fight over here ensues. And it looks like Weasel and Knight, with a little bit of help from Hitch over there, is going to clean that up and push that back. But on the other side, we have a 19 Eagle Warriors coming in right here. We have a pretty decent fight over here where Juicy is trying to push back, is trying to take what he can. But on this side, we have the Eagles coming in as well. Over here, the fight was cleaned up in here, and it's 3v2. And with the Goth player over here, he has some Huskarls in there as well, as Knight has some Knights, and we have the Elite Skirmisher with a few upgrades as well. The problem is going to be this right here, though. They are through. They're going to get through there. They just have to run through. That big hole on that side. Castle on this side firing. Dealing with this over here. Not really being able to push. And the eco is in trouble on this side now. A few knights over here coming in to work on it. Crossbows aren't going to do a whole lot against this eagle. There are so many villagers right here. That's going to hurt a lot. More knights coming out on this side to try to defend. Hitch is trying to get more barracks up to also fight that off. And they are still playing defensively over here, but it looks like they are going to go. And on this side, they're trying to break into Hitch's eco. There are going to be quite a few losses here, though, for the Eagles. Eagle Warriors were at 19, and it's now down to 11. So they are going to get in there, but the longswords are coming out as well. And on this side, the Frank player is showing up with 6 cavalry units, which are upgraded very well, and Frank Cavalier are very good. Separates off over here. Weasel is adding some camels of his own. Mangonel there too as well. Mangonel's not going to do much in that fight, but it is there. Anyways, still chasing down the Eagles over here with a lot of military, trying to protect the Goth player so he can spam later in the game. On this side, we're going to have one Mangonel by itself over here sitting, not doing a whole lot. Eagles are getting cleaned up on this side. Over here we have 3 barrack spam. These camels are trying to fight this. Their push has been stalled out, however, on that side. The Eagles finally get cleared up over here. Juicy sends his troops back. We do have some knights on this side as well. And we have Mangonel, very Mangonel right there. Cleans that up very nicely. This castle, it was a house here. Juicy had that whole side walled, but it didn't work out so well for him. And now over here we've got a lot of units coming in. We do have the blue player Pablo on his way to Imperial Age. He's about to hit it, and then shortly behind that will be Hitch, being the next player involved. Juicy sends some knights in there, getting a few Vil kills, taking out a few skirmishers, but ultimately not really damaging the ego of blue over here as well. Meanwhile, Hitch, 103 villagers, green player, Solomon, however he pronounces his name, is at 135, whereas instead of these 1 TCs, he finally added his second TC down here as well. And on this side, he also added a second TC, but they are severely lacking on villagers on that side right now. It's not even pretty. Weasel, I believe you were not going into steps because you had camels out to counter knights, and then you had knight here with the knights, and you wanted to go range to counter crossbows, most likely. I wouldn't say it's total noob. I think it's actually a pretty decent move at that point, to be honest with you. But now we have a push in the middle. Hitch is going to lose some units here. A castle from the Frank player is going to come up on this hill right in front of this base. And on this side, we have war elephants from Vietnamese player. That castle is getting shot at, getting trebbed down. Eagles are going to be coming out there. That tower goes up. That castle's being denied, unfortunately. Not enough numbers there to fight that off. Very heavy defensively in this base right now. We have halberdier, knights, lots of resources coming over. Well, not lots, but a little bit to help out over here. And then we've got a batch of crossbows from Juicy over here that are going to get cleaned up. These paladin it's definitely enough to clean up those right there. We do have some elephants and knights coming out as well, though. And actually, yeah, he retreats on his own there. But we do still have the trebuchets coming out on this side, and we're going to be pushing Juicy over here, as well as forward castles over here with knights and camels. This side over here, it's going to be a big fight, and it's coming real soon. Right now we see a few volleys fired, but ultimately just hitting and running against the halberdiers of Hitch on that side. And then we have paladins breaking in over here with halberdier chasing. And Juicy is getting trebbed on one side. He's having Paladin rush into his eco on the other side, and he's getting hit pretty hard right now. The mobility of the Paladin is really going to hurt. Elephants, not the fastest of units to chase down Paladin as well. And we have a Mangonel over here from Weasel trying to get a really nice shot against these crossbows, and we'll just have to wait and see if he gets one. No, he attacked ground. Didn't do the greatest there, especially since his opponent turned around. Trebs are coming out for the green player as well. Right now, though, the green player is all over the map. He has got a good bit of Paladin back here, just desecrating everything over here in Juicy's base, just idling everything. We've got Eagles, Elite Eagle Warriors coming in with Trebs on this side as well, as Juicy is falling apart on this side over here. But, and we have a ton of Husk Girls. 59 Husk Girls right there. 59 Elite Husk Girls now. All coming forward. Camels, Knights. Oh, we have some Mangadai out over here, but the crossbows are just going to shred them right now. But this is a massive force right here that is going to shred through even those castles right now. Mangonel out as well. Weasel's got his units on patrol still. He's going to be a little late to the party, but nonetheless he'll get in there and do some damage. All the while, though, Juicy's eco is falling apart. He was up to almost 100 villagers, now down to 67. Paladin are coming in over here. This castle is toast. It is going to go down. Husk Girls are insane if you can get them to this area, especially facing this. We do have a lot of Paladin coming in to Hitch's eco, though, but he's going to find himself into a bunch of castles and a bunch of barracks at the same time. Over here, we have a big fight that Juicy is going to lose over here. Eagles versus a million Eagle Warriors. That is not going to go over well. Going to take out a Treb. Both Trebs, but that still hurts. And then Hitch's eco is getting torn apart and completely idled right now, which is extremely unfortunate, as he's going to bash through those palisade walls no problem, and there's tons of open eco on this side over here as well. And Eagle Warriors are charging into Juicy's base over here, but look at the Goth spam. Just look at the mini-map. Just look at the mini-map. The spam is real. Now, actually, this is just going to help Hitch with some population space at this point. He's going to try to get some more units out, as we have Knight Noble coming over here to assist with Halberdier, as Hitch is pushing, and he is trying to kill off those Arbalest numbers, as well as the production buildings in the front. Weasel's also getting some units out to help push on this side as well, as these Paladin are just running rampant through everything right now. Juicy's base is getting destroyed. He's chasing units constantly. Eagle Warriors nonetheless. That's never a good sign, and we have some evacuation villagers on their way out as well. Paladin are getting cleaned up slowly over here, but they are definitely doing their damage, but Hitch is pushing. Weasel took out the Treb over here as well. The Huskril spam is real. Juicy is on his way to Imp, but what is it going to do for him? He doesn't have the units to defend his own base right now. Two-handed swordsman coming out, champion line coming in for the Goth player. And the Eagle Warriors are slowly getting cleaned up, a little bit at a time, but still, the Paladin are coming in as well, and that's going to hurt a lot. This army isn't going to stand up. Paladin and the Eagle Warriors are going to clean that up, no problem. And Juicy's in big trouble over here. On this side, we have Knight getting some Cavalier into the mix with the Huskrils. Weasel's pushing forward with his skirmishers. They are still keeping the pressure on, but this fight gets cleaned up. And we have Goth spam now on this side, trying to help finish all of this off with two-handed swordsmen and Huskrils as well. And the villagers for Juicy are just running all over the place. They are in deep trouble. We have Knight back here as well. They're just trying to get the ecos cleaned up, but everyone's working to make that not happen. There's a bunch of units here, and actually Weasel's going to ram down that castle if they don't try to fight that off as well. That also hurts. The Goth spam is doing some damage here, but it's just he has to mass up some numbers. She will get some more numbers in there as well, and things are starting to progress on that side. We did have some trades started over here on this side at one point, but trade has pretty much been killed off. Yeah, Weasel, I thought you'd remember this one. Those of you who can't see it, Weasel says, I do remember this one now in large caps. The Frank player is adding in elite throwing axeman as well as paladin, as he and Pablo are cleaning up Juicy's base, and Weasel is signaling to the south that they are pushing, or they are going to push, as Juicy's he's pointing out that he's dying. Score tells the story over here. Juicy does evacuate a bunch of villagers up here. They were located up here by the Eagle Warriors and taken out. Juicy is building a town center over here, not getting a whole lot accomplished. He's in reboom mode as... Uh-oh. Goth spam. The Goth spam is coming. Hitch is carrying this one with the assistance of Knight and Weasel, and Juicy, well, he's just trying not to die completely at this point. Nonetheless, we have a very crazy game going on right now, as we really have two players that went 1 TC all in that only have 50 villagers for Teal and 49 for the Gray player. Juicy is down to 47 now after being killed off, but we have the numbers are building. The Goth spam is coming. The defense up here, we have Slav champions. I believe there's Druzia as well in here, as well as a bunch of infantry. And we have Juicy's gonna die. He's just gonna lose a ton more villagers, that's all. Luckily, he has evacuated Although those paladin are gonna head in that same direction. On this side as well, we have paladin in knight's base as well. He is using halberdiers as well though, and he will get that cleaned up eventually. He is taking losses as well, which hurts at this time. But you saw the first push with almost 60 of these. This time we have Imperial Skirm. Weasel's got Imperial Skirm. He's going to do some damage against those camels, believe it or not. He's going to lose that treb. Two-handed swordsman over here. That's not going to do you any good when all these husk girls get here with the assistance of the Imperial Skirm as well. This forward base right here is really starting to produce numbers as we have Eagle Warriors. Juicy did get into a few Cavalier numbers. He is going to try to fight off some of this. Still left a few villagers alive up here and a few down here, but 21 villagers. Down to 21 villagers. We got some more stables coming up over here. They're going to finally clear up those paladin numbers right there. And now they are pretty much cleaned out of everyone's base. And here comes the push. The Goth spam with some Imperial skirmishers behind assisting is going to wreck Gray's base. He has nothing here. There are some plumed archers. They're not even elite plumed archers here. But this is going to be bad for the other team now. Paladin cleaning up some stables on this side over here. Goth spam is insane if you let it get to this point. Oh no, town bell! He hit the town bell! The Saracen player hit the town bell. That is so not going to help him at all right now. Production buildings are just being pushed. Hitch can't support both sides, and he knows that he's calling for his team to help him. And looks like we are going to have some numbers to be able to do that as well. Very nice castle here by Weasel. Let's see what he's got in there. Is he going Mangadai? He's got Mangadai coming in. He's going to go ahead and get some Mangadai out. Juicy's slinging some food over to help. Trying to do what he can. But, oh no, the Goth spam. We looked away. We looked away. It's killing. It's just killing. Down to 23 villagers. Juicy's down to 13 now. That... Oh, the paladin hit him. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, it's brutal. Look away. Look away. 14 vills. When you die, but your team's doing well. The Mangadai are coming out. They are not elite Mangadai. They will still do a good job, though, hitting and running. Especially, oh, he's going to drag him back to his castle and shoot downhill. I actually really like that maneuver, Weasel. Well played right there, sir. Oh yeah, still a ball of Imperial skirms here, but, oh wait, where'd the Goth spam go? Yeah, the Goth spam is now wrecking the teal player's base right now. It is slaughter on this side as well. Green is trying to force up a castle over here. He is... Where's all of his numbers? Did he stop playing? He has 127 vills. Where's all his numbers? Oh yeah, he's over here. He's over here. He's also up here trying to get into this base over here as well. As Hitch is starting to lose a lot of numbers here. A lot of numbers, but here comes Champion. Here come Halberdier over here to assist as well. And this is a really good push. Got castles coming up on this side. The Goth spam over here, it's pretty much killed off 2 players now. You've got 14 vills for teal, 18 for gray. It's just trying to weather the storm now. On this side we have all that infantry coming in, going to do a hell of a lot of damage to those eagles. Going to even take out a lot of paladin over here. And yep, that's Knight's just securing the base on this side, doing what he can do over there. Weasel's getting his numbers up. He's fighting off some green units here. And yeah, this is another castle, trying to forward castle here. But the numbers are going to be taken down. Trebs are falling. Paladins are not being produced right now. Where are all these paladins being produced? Right here. He's producing out 3 stables. He's just trying to build up his numbers again. He's been depleted. He's not kept the spam up, but the Goth spam across the bottom, still pushing, still pushing. And actually, he sent some Paladin to this side to try to assist in saving his team, but his team's already dead. He's at 0 villagers. Teal has 0 villagers. 0 villagers. 0 town centers. Oh. Oh, he couldn't even save a villager. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. He's effectively dead. He's effectively dead. He got destroyed. He has resources to play around with. He does have some plumed archers that aren't upgraded. Doesn't even have a villager to build anything else. He has, what, 8 barracks? That's all that he's got left. On this side over here, Weasel sent up some camels to help clean up this mess as we find a bunch of halberdier over here as well. And Juicy, well, he's still got a few villas up here. He's got a stable up here. Just booming things, trying to get back into the game. It's pretty ugly. Yes, Weasel, Juicy's doing a terrible job of rebuilding, but when you down to 13 pop, you can only do what you can do. He stayed in the game, though. He did stay in the game. He does sling resources. That's right. All in all, though, this game is turned the tides. Juicy should be dead. He is booming back into it, though. As opposed to the Teal player, who doesn't even have a villager left to his name. Just resources. He can't do anything. So they're effectively one player down, completely not going to be rebuilt. Gray did sneak over here and does have a little base on this side over here. Units, well, they're going to start spamming again here. It's not going to take long. We have tons of units up here just waiting for the next attack to come in. Going to be pushing on that side as well. Let's take a look at Hitch's queue right now. He's just trying to build trade carts. All he wants is some trade carts. Weasel. Weasel's sitting on quite a bit of food right now. He is getting up his Mangudai numbers, which are now elite Mangudais. Still has this ball of Imperial skirmishers, and still has some camels and some trebs. He'll be pushing forward before long as well. That castle was taken down there as well. And Blue is getting a bunch of units here. Juicy. Look at, see, Juicy's in the game. He's participating. He is killing off some blue villagers with 1 unit. Can't complain. He's still contributing there, Weasel. Food coming into Weasel from myself as well, even though he doesn't really need food. But that's about all Juicy can do right now. He's just trying to help, give some resources. It's respectable. Knight, well, Knight's sitting on a pop capped. So sitting on a nice queue. They've taken this out. This fight over here, it's not gonna go that well for the current time, but there's a ton of units here. He's really trying to push here with castles, but it's not going to do him any good on this side. But we do have a nice push coming back over here where, well, the Mayan player over here, he's used all of his resources. This is his only push left with what he has here. Green is pushing with him, but Huskarl spam still on this side. Camels over here, Mangudai elite skirmisher. This is gonna be actually a bad fight for this right now, as those paladin are just running by to take damage right now. And on this side, well, we still have these castles and everything over here. We have a treb though. Things are progressing. Food is pushing around for the team on this side. Gray, well, Gray is still trying to get back into it. He's back up to 31 villagers, but Huskarls are moving out like crazy. Blue has a pretty decent army over here, but it's not going to be doing a whole lot because they're just running away. He's not looking to be in a good position at all over here. Those trebs are going to go down for free on this side. 19,000 points for Simon over here. And he doesn't have a ton of military units right now. He only has 21 military units, not really pushing, not really carrying his team. But the Goth flood. Just going to go ahead and take this castle out for good measure. Just gonna take it down. No questions asked. And then those two-handed swordsmen, well, He's not even worried about it. He's like, no, I'm just going to push this back even farther, make him chase him. And on this side, Knight Noble, he's been chasing those around, but he's going to walk into quite a few production buildings on this side. And, yep, this is going to go down over here. Not looking good there as well. Hitch is still just running around. He says, well, you do that, I'll produce more. I'll make you push your military all the way back there. Juicy. Where's this village going, Juicy? I don't know where this village is going. It's a very interesting one. Oh, to the mining camp. It's like, that was my gold. I'm gonna take it. Also have a few units up here to defend from this. Few military buildings coming out. Repopped up to 50. Trade is extremely short right now on this side, unfortunately. A little bit better on this side. And Hitch is he's gonna clean up most of the rest of Teal's army. Actually looks like he's gonna clear it all up, and Teal can't produce anything else. Teal is 100% dead after this. He has nothing left. Knight's just gonna sit here. He's gonna kill off as many buildings as possible right here. This forward has been cleaned. Blue, he's got a lot of plumed archers in here. But where's Green during this whole time? Green's got nothing. He's shifting into pikemen, trying to deal with some Goth spam in his base with those few units over here, which isn't going to go all that well for him. Weasel is hanging out with his elite Mangadai and camels. A lot of Husk Girls over here on this side again. And everything's starting to wind down as effectively 2 players are dead on one team compared to 1 on the other. Right now we have a bunch of pikemen and champions just pumping through some of Green's production buildings on this side. The Husk Girls over here are, they're gonna go fight Arbalests. And this isn't gonna go well for these Arbalests. 54 or so Husk Girls against 41 Arbs and a town center fire. Yeah, it's not gonna go well at all. Weasel should delete this. Yep. Oh, look at that. Well timed. And that army's gonna go down. Took him all that time to get that army up, and we are going mass pikemen for the Frank player right now. We do have the plumed archers getting in here doing quite a bit of damage on this side, however, for our blue player Pablo. But what is going to happen over on this side? The Arbalests are all cleaned up. Still 45 or whatever Husk Girls left with massive spam coming in here. 56 Imperial Skirmishers from Weasel over here. He's going to take out a vill or 2, maybe 3. He's going to just probably fight off what he can. Weasel has been camping out, playing defensively over here a little bit. Those Trebs are probably going to go down. He's going to lose some villagers over there. On this side, we got a bunch of blue villagers over here, but look, Juicy's contributing again. He is sent in some light cavalry to assist with some of Knight Noble's champions in killing a bunch of blue villagers on this side as well. And there's still no trade really working over here. There's a little bit of trade, but it's not going to be far enough. It's right here is the market, and we have this Goth spam to deal with right now. Let's take a look at Hitch's resources. He's got a ton of wood, and he's got a massive number of things queued, but he is just going to keep pushing. Looks like we have a stone wall potentially trying to come in from Knight Noble over here. And this base has been located over here. I expect to see a Husk Girl spam go in that general direction. Over here we've got this pretty much taken care of on this side, as Knight Noble is just cleaning that forward up. It's going to work out quite well over here. Knight Noble also still just pushing down buildings in the middle on this side, which is quite nice. And The Huskarl spam will now go and destroy the Saracen's units, the rest of his buildings, as the Saracen player is down to 19 villagers again, all sitting in the back on this one over here, and should all get cleaned up. Green, he's sending elite skirmisher to his death. Blue just calls it. He sees the situation. He realizes he is dead on this side. All in all, a very good game. Huskarl spam is just killing everything. The Goth spam won this game with some really great assistance from Knight Noble and the Slavs infantry as well as Weasel and his ranged units, as well as a few camels, and he's got Imperial Skirm, not to mention. I fell apart in this game, got killed off, wasn't able to do a whole lot, did send some resources here or there, nothing too crazy. Weasel's going to come back in and try to clean up these Arbalests, as Mangadai are down here as well, killing off buildings, villagers, units. 3 villagers left for the gray player. Couldn't even tell you where they are at this point. Probably retreating as far as possible. But that will pretty much clean everything up over there, as the Mangadai are going to go forward. The skirmishers are just going to destroy those Arbalests. Not even funny. And there's the 3 villagers from Gray, but they call it GG. Very good game. The Frank player was unable to establish trade early on. Same with the Mayan player on this side. And the push over here, which hurt Weasel early, didn't do enough damage to Weasel. The push on this side, however, did kill Juicy. Pretty much took him out of the game. I mean, he did get some light cabin shit out to help out later, but it still wasn't all that great. And the Reboom, Reboom back to 91 villagers. Not terrible, I don't think, but it could have been better, I'm sure. Hitch, he had some rough spots here. His eco got hit a little bit here, there, but he definitely carried. He did the Goth spam like crazy, sent units through 2 bases, 3 if you count the few little raids he got in down here. All in all, a very good game from both sides. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. That one was a bit crazy. Let's go ahead and take a look at the statistics for this game. Those have got to be interesting. Weasel had the technology. Society was tied for Simon and Pablo. Hitch had the military. Knight had the eco. Slav eco, not too surprising there. KD wise, Simon was 826 to 418, took the kill victory. Goth player always ends up with a worth KD, but look at this, 86 buildings killed, 132 largest army, very nice indeed. Economy, we have very good economy for Knight Noble with 58,000 food coming in, very good overall. Hitch, he got 3,705 trade profit, which was the game high. Juicy sent out 4,982 resources, not bad either. Fast feudal age for Weasel, but unfortunately he was 2v1 for a while there, didn't go his way. Did get the research count. Simon took away fast castle at times, fast imperial times. Hitch had the highest map exploration. On this side, 8 castles for Simon, but didn't do him a whole lot of good. Relics were 2 to 2, also not a bad thing. Blue did have one very much at the end, but didn't get much to do with it there. And there's your timeline. You can see how it really crushes down right here in this area where Juicy, Redbod, and Damil, however you say the Saracen player's name here in gray. But all in all, it was a good game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more,